Well. Oh, the camera's on me.
Yeah.
It's not even on the wide.
I think we started out with the wide camera dead.
It's fine. We can fix it. We can fix it in a minute.
We'll fix it in a minute. It's fine. It's fine.
Super excited today.
Yeah.
Because we have a guest. And not one of those crappy guests like Brant Hill.
Or Brett Will.
Or Brett Will. No. I'm talking about a real guest. A guest that has several million social media followers.
Is almost up there with us.
Yes. Close. We're trying
if you took our 7 and multiplied it.
If we're trying to
by
propel,
1 million.
We're just going to propel him right into stardom.
It's really kind of us when you think about it.
Oh, 100%.
We're just such
100%.
good guys.
Listen. It's practically charity work.
It's practically like very good Samaritan of us.
For us to bless the Toothless Cowboy.
The Toothless Cowboy.
Today's guest on the podcast today
Carson.
is not Carson. His name is not Carson. It's Caden. Caden McDonald. And if you don't know who Caden McDonald is, come out of the rock.
Yes.
Dig your hole out from underneath the rock that you live under, and follow him on social media. Caden McDonald has several million followers on TikTok, several million on Instagram, all of his other social media platforms. I'm sure you've seen him. He does reaction videos that are hilarious.
Very well done.
All my kids, Matthias, and my daughter Ava, are so excited that he's going to be a guest on the podcast today.
Yeah.
And he's actually going to, we're making plans for him to come and hunt with us this fall.
Yeah.
Big hunter.
Loves the outdoors, loves hunting, and also loves Jesus.
Apparently does.
And
Those are things that he is vocal about, and so we're super excited about having him on the podcast today, and
we're looking forward to talking to him.
I'm looking forward to talking to him.
Yeah.
This is we've texted and messaged and things like that, but this will be my first
elongated conversation.
Yeah, outside of just messaging either on Instagram or text message. We've exchanged information now.
Mm-hmm.
You're not bragging or nothing. Yeah, so super excited to have him on the podcast today and be able to share it with us. So
okay,
I feel like it's good things.
Well, maybe I should replace the battery in the middle camera, and then we can
bring him in.
We can get him in.
I love it. Let's do that.
Okay. All right. Gonna get him in here.
What is up? Can he hear us yet?
Caden, can you hear us?
We can't hear him.
Hold on.
Good job, Adam.
Hold on. We got to pause the music.
This guy.
We don't really know what we're doing. We just kind of make it up as we go.
It's kind of how I roll, too.
Perfect. I can hear him.
I can hear him. Yep. So, Brad, would you like to introduce who we got going here?
Well, so, Caden, I would just say I hope you're ready to really blow up on social media from being a guest on this podcast.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be a good one.
I hope you're ready to just, really take off.
I need it. I'm taking you guys along the way. This is going to be a good one. I got a feeling it's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. So, if people don't know, first off, my daughter is. Maybe this doesn't. I hope this isn't your normal fan base. My 14-year-old daughter was so pumped that you're going to be on the podcast today.
Oh, let's go! Yeah, my audience ranges anywhere from a teenager all the way to probably a 60-year-old grandmother. So we got a wide range of an audience here. So it's anybody and everybody. It's pretty cool thing. I'll run into people out at dinner, and it's. Literally, I was at the movie theater the other day, and this lady, she's probably 55, was like, I just love watching your videos. And the next thing I know, the next day, we're out at lunch, and these two probably 13, 14-year-old kids are like, there's no way it's you. So it's like, I guess I'm covering all bases of people here. I guess everybody likes to laugh, so my audience is pretty big.
Yeah, I love that. That's awesome.
The real question is, when they see you, how do they address you when they first see you?
Well, some people, how it usually goes is I get a look, and I can, like, if I make eye contact with somebody and I think they know that they know me, there's like a certain look that they're giving. Like, I know they're trying to study, like, is this him? And then I smile, and I was like, there's not really many guys with missing teeth out there on social media. And they're like, oh, yeah, it's definitely him. Let's go say what's up. But a lot of people are just like, are you that guy from Instagram or TikTok? And I'm like, yeah, it's me. Sometimes I give them a hard time, like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And they'll, like,
It's
kind
like
of pause for a second, and then I'm like, no, I'm just playing. Yeah, it's me.
Not that it happens a ton but there's obviously been some times where people from watching the Final Descent Outdoors, it's happened. And I don't know if you've had any like weird places, but the most strange place that anybody has ever recognized me was I took my kids to see Santa at Bass Pro Shops, which they do a phenomenal job, by the way. Bass Pro is a great place to take your kids to like see Santa, like they kill it. But the awkward was it was the elf that was helping, and he did this double take and looked at me, and he was like, oh my gosh, you're Brad Clay. I watch your show all the time. And I've got my kids who are like very engulfed still at the time into the full, like the Santa experience, right? And I'm like, right, man, can I take a picture with you? And I'm like, bro, how about let me get my kids through, and then I'll come back around and we can take a picture together. And my kids are like, Dad, do you know Santa?
Santa's elf watches Final Descent.
And then they're like, does he know that you shot a reindeer? And because I have a caribou over my fireplace, and we call him Rudy the reindeer. And so they're like, oh my gosh, does he know that you, anyway, so.
This is why I've never gotten that bike. It's your fault.
Exactly.
You reindeer murderer.
Yeah, exactly. That's funny. No, the craziest place, or like the funniest place I had one is, I'm like in the bathroom peeing at the urinal.
That's a good one.
Look over at the dude, and the dude's looking at me, and he goes, I follow you on Instagram. I was like, oh, all right, dude, that's crazy.
I follow you on Instagram and everywhere else.
Yeah, he's looking over. He's like, trying to peek down. Like, whoa, watch out.
Whoa,
now.
bro. Whoa.
Hold it up.
So you brought it up, but maybe a lot of people don't know. How did you lose the tooth?
So I lost the tooth. I played football at San Diego State. This was 2021 was when this happened. We were playing Utah, and they're a big school. They ended up winning the Pac-12 that year and went to the Rose Bowl, but they lost to Ohio State. That's the key note there. We beat them that year. Anyways, come through on a blitz and hit the quarterback, and we were both in the air, and my face hit the ground first. It was a sweet hit. I get up and yell, let's go, and I noticed my tooth was gone, and I was like, oh, shoot.
Let's go.
On the ground for like
you immediately noted on the S. Left.
Yeah, there was a little bit of
left. Something's not right.
Yeah. So then I look on the ground for like 3 or 4 seconds, like thinking it'd be like right there. Couldn't find it anywhere. They're rolling, so next play rolls. I go to put my mouthpiece in, and my tooth is jammed in the rubber of my mouthpiece and stuck in there. So we go like 3 more plays, and I can't remember if they called a timeout or what happened, but trot to the sideline and pop it out of there and set it in my head coach's hands. He's like, what's this? So I just smile at him, and he was like, oh, wow, that's crazy. And he put it in his pocket. We ended up losing the tooth, never found it. I think it fell out of his pocket or something that night. But
or maybe he kept it.
It may be.
He might have kept it. That is something to go in the trophy case for sure. Yeah. But then I went to the dentist the next day to get it fixed. I'm like, I'm not going to be toothless. This is crazy. Go there, and they're like, yeah, this is week 4 of football season of a 12, 13-week season. Like, yeah, you're going to have to wait. You'll be out for about 3 to 6 months. And I was like, yeah, you're out of your mind. First off, this is my second to last year. I'm trying to go to NFL. I cannot miss any football. Is there anything else we can do? And they're like, yeah, we can shave it down a little more and make it pretty, and you can just roll with. I have a retainer. I was like, yeah, let's do that. So I'm toothless now. Next week, I posted my 3rd TikTok video ever, and posted that evening. And wake up the next morning with 10,000 followers. And I'm like, oh shoot, here we go. Posted again. and it just skyrocketed. And now 3 years later and 3 million followers later, I'm now known as the Toothless Cowboy or the Toothless Guy on social media. So it's been quite the journey, I will say.
Well, I will say it didn't keep you from landing a female, and so congratulations, you're fixing to get married, bro. Right?
Oh my gosh, that was a big thing. It was like, so I knew her. She cheered at San Diego State, so I was already friends with her and stuff prior to losing my tooth. So we already knew each other. But I lost the tooth. Then we started talking or whatever and dating, and I was like, if I could pull a girl with no front tooth, I guess my riz is impeccable.
Hey, listen, and this is probably a decent amount of our audience probably use meth. And so this is just a opportunity for those out there to say, hey, you're not out of the game yet. You know what I mean?
There's like you're telling me there's a chance.
There's still a chance of landing a chick without tooth, no matter how you've lost it. If it's
if you're a little messed up or not.
Yeah, if I was still single right now, I'd be like, okay, we need to really get it fixed. It's bad news. But I actually am I am getting it fixed. By the end of the year, I'm going to have it filled in. I was supposed to get it done before my wedding, but the timing of it's more work than I thought it was going to be. So by like October, November, I'll have like a full set of new teeth. It's been 3 years of missing a tooth, and I didn't know this, but if you're actually missing like one of your front teeth, it affects like your entire bite, your jaw, like all your teeth move. And basically got a few, like, what do you want to call it? Not recommendations, but went and got some insight from dentists, and they're like, oh yeah, you probably need to get it done, or it's gonna, in a few years, you're gonna have to really we'll have to do a ton of work. So I was like, okay, maybe we just go with it and get it fixed. It's not that big of a deal. We'll get it done.
Yeah.
So yeah, I ended up striking a deal with a dentist and getting free veneers, and they're gonna take care of me and get my smile right.
Perfect.
That's
great.
That does also lead into, I started a hat company called Closing the Gap, and it's like there it ties into all of it. Closing the Gap is pretty broad too. It could be like closing the gap of my teeth, between you and an animal you're hunting, you and your goals. So that's kind of where I came from. It was punny as well, because like obviously I'm the guy with the missing teeth, but it's also way bigger than just my tooth gap.
So did I see that you're working with Dude Wipes?
Yeah. So I personally have been partnered with Dude Wipes, and I've worked with them for a little over half a year now, and they're one of my favorite companies to work with, because it's kind of my demographic, my kind of humor as well, kind of just like loose, but not like
one of my favorite social media followers. Can I share? I'm going to share with you.
We've got a story.
I've got a great Dude Wipe story.
Oh yeah, I need to hear it.
Are you ready for this?
Unfortunately, it's me.
It does involve Adam. Yeah, and and I will say most of the time, if it involves poop, it's a story that involves
most likely me.
Adam crapped his pants at an on-cue gas station. Did not make it. It's a great story. It's on the podcast. It's and a guy walked in when there wasn't enough toilet paper, and so he had his pants at his ankles, concealed carry weapon dragging behind him as well. He realized nobody's in the bathroom. I'm going to go to the next stall. Goes out. All right, covered, because he blew out before he sat down. He
really.
just
what a mess.
Just started at the wall, and as he was sitting down, just like back of the toilet to the seat, and then had to sit. Okay, so just imagine.
It's like, I mean, the motion was already carried.
Yeah. You're done. Yeah, and so he's like, I got to go to the next stall to get toilet paper to obviously like help with this cleanup process. So pants at his ankles, he turns the corner, and someone walks in.
And I changed somebody's life forever.
He changed somebody's life forever. They turned around and left the bathroom.
That was a campfire story for somebody the rest of their life.
Oh, no doubt.
Or they had to go get some therapy. It was one of the two. There was
either way. I changed somebody's life.
100%. So, but we're in Mexico, and we're hunting. We go to Mexico and hunt mule deer in the Sonora Desert. Which is another ton of crazy stories. We met the cartel there. It was super fun. Caught a trespasser on old Chapo's ranch that we hunted. Well, that's another story. That was crazy. But we decided after a couple years of going that we should bring some Dude Wipes. we're out in the middle of the desert. You know, you're hunting all day. It's just great to have in your pack, right? And so we bring all those little black square deals of those individual packs of dude wipes.
Yeah.
And we don't have really, most of the time your guides don't speak English. And so our guide was named Francisco, and he's a big dude. He was a Spanish descent, so like a Spaniard descent. He's like 6'3".
He's a big
probably
dude.
225,
Big
230, like big guy. And doesn't speak an ounce of English, but our driver spoke English that was driving us. And we're up on top of this mountain glassing, looking for mule deer. And middle of the day, Francisco gets up, says something to our driver, James, and he kind of starts heading down the mountain. And we're like, hey, where's Francisco going? He's like, oh, he needs to go poop. And we're like, oh, okay. And Adam's like, hey,
I've got an idea.
I've got all these dude wipes in our backpack. I'm gonna bless Francisco.
I'm gonna change his life.
I'm just those
forever.
minty fresh wipe, right? And so he grabs a couple of those dude wipes out of his pack, and Adam starts running down the side of the mountain towards Francisco. He's like, Francisco, hold on. And I'm up on the top, and the next thing I hear is Francisco yelling, violently mad in Spanish. Like, I don't know Spanish. I know baño, muy grande burro. You know, that's what I want the big mule deer, right? I don't speak Spanish, but I can tell he's angry. And so, like, me and James were like, run down, like, what's going on? What's going on? And he is so mad at Adam because Adam walked up to him and handed those to him, and he had never seen them before. He thought
I handed it to him, and I was like, yeah. And so he and I had different things on the brain.
He thought they were a condom.
A what?
A condom. He thought they were, they're in the pack.
Oh.
And he thought Adam was soliciting him. And so
sounds like you just get the bad end of the stick every time.
Adam almost died. Francisco almost murdered Adam because he thought that dude wipe was a solicitation for other things.
And it makes it even worse because I was like, huh?
Really? He had no idea.
He had no clue.
No clue.
And so we start we have to explain it to him, and James, we tell James no, they're to wipe to wipe with, and James starts telling him, and then we laugh. And so now when we go back, the first thing we do, we pull up and they start unloading our luggage at the camp we're at. I just walk up and hand Francisco a dude wipe, and everybody, the whole place is like, dying laughing. Now
that's funny.
But dude wipes almost got Adam murdered in Mexico.
Yeah,
it was really close.
That's actually probably the wrong. It was the right situation, just the wrong language barrier.
Yep. Nope.
That could have been bad.
It could have been. It could have been very, very, very bad for all parties involved.
Yep. Could have been really bad. But anyway, so that's super cool though that they've been a great partnership for you. You have to pass that along to them. You know some guys.
I've been working with them for probably over half a year now, and went to Talladega with them. They brought me out to Talladega, and we got to do all that. That was because they have a car in the race, so that was sick. But then I started my hat company, and Tori, who works for Dude Wipes, was like, "Oh, maybe you can use the little singular deals." She's like, to keep the crap off your hats, and I was like, sold. That's perfect. So, yeah, in every order I got Dude Wipes in every single order. And that's pretty cool. It really ups the game a little bit. It's pretty awesome.
So tell people tell us how they can get a part of the hat. How do we get a hat? How do they what do they need to do to order a hat from you?
So what it is, it's a subscription hat company. It's called Closing the Gap. The website's www.closingthegap.shop. What you do, you sign up for a membership. Each month there's a certain amount of allotted spots available. So it is a membership, and it is exclusive. So you sign up. I customize a hat. I do a hat every single month, and I have two different styles. I wish I had them on hand right now. But I have, like, the flat bill, like, classic Yupong hat, or, like, the trucker hats that have been really popular lately. So I can – male and female, everybody wears hats. So I do a custom hat, and then I do a bonus item also in the box. So it could be – first month it was like custom bottle openers with my logos on it. This month it was an American flag, because they'll get these orders right before the 4th. American flag with my logo on it. I do some stickers and stuff to match the hats, and then every month you're in the membership or in the club, you get put in for a big giveaway at the end of the month automatically. That comes with your payment. So first month I gave away $1,000. Second month was like a big Yeti cooler decked out with all sorts of stuff all over it. The third month, I giving away 2 Turtle Box speakers. So just trying to give back to like the community, make their membership worth more than really what it is, rather than just a hat. I try to throw in as much as possible in there. And me and my buddy are the one boxing up all the hats. So I'm rather, if I'm in a good mood, cool. I'm feeling generous, I just be throwing stuff in there.
Yeah.
So people order one hat, I'll put in 3 hats in there just because. Just try to take care of the people that actually take a chance in me. I'm just starting out. This is going on my 3rd month of doing it. So it's been pretty cool. We've doubled our amount of orders every single month. So it's growing pretty fast. So I'm pumped about it.
Well, you can expect probably 7 more from this podcast.
Yeah, about 7 approximately. Probably. That's our going rate.
Yeah.
We're going to throw our 7. We got a loyal 7 followers.
Yeah.
And there's a good chance that they'll be a part of it. No, it's super cool.
I'm just trying to get back to try to give something rather than, I know a lot of people like, nothing wrong with streaming and stuff like that, but they just do their donations like that and get nothing in return. I wanted to start something where, yeah, people will pay me, but hey, you're going to get this in return, and you're going to be tied. That brand's tied to me, so there's more of a connection there rather than just like, hey, send me donations. I'm on live right now. I was trying to give back and kind of make it an equal opportunity type thing, which is cool.
Yeah, that's great, man. That's awesome. And I would say too. So. We have a couple things we've connected on. One, obviously hunting. You're a hunter. Enjoy hunting, and we've talked about coming out and hunting our ranch in western Oklahoma and being a part of that, which is obviously we want to make that happen this fall. And we need to get out. We got to come out. Let's go scout out, see the place, all those things. Me and Adam stayed at the ranch house this week. Actually, we had a meeting.
We were there,
Borger, Texas.
Burger.
Yeah, man, we need to make that happen. But how did you get involved into hunting? Tell me a little bit about that. I know it's something you're passionate about too.
So how I really got into hunting, I was born in Arizona, lived there till I was like, I think 8 years old, 8 or 9. Then we moved to Texas to be closer to my mom's side of the family. My grandparents were getting old and stuff, and it was nice to kind of they wanted us to honestly do football in Texas as well, because Texas high school football is crazy. So we moved out to Texas, and everybody started hunting out here, like all of our friends, and to be honest, one of my friends that I met, his dad put us on a little, it wasn't a lease or anything, somewhere where he hunts at though. And I was 10 years old and I shot my first buck. And from there I was like, oh yeah, this is what I like to do. And we lived on 10 acres growing up. So we dove hunted. I used to shoot rabbits and stuff like that. Coyotes, nothing crazy. But the only problem is that football season and hunting season are the exact same time, and if you're in football, you're not hunting. So I dedicated my life to football. I wanted to get my college paid for, and so really took on football full head of steam and everything like that, and went all the way. And I did camp with the Colts and a little thing with the Cowboys too. Never played in a game or got fully signed on to the team, but then my football career ended about 4 years ago, and I was like, well, it's my first time to get to hunt again. Let's get after it, and picked it right back up. And this year, or my first year back, I got to hunt the rut, and I killed my first archery buck. It was a monster. I wish I would have scored it. I do have some pictures. I'll have to share those with you guys later. But shot at 9 yards. And
9 yards.
So I've actually got, the past 2 years in a row, I only hunt low fence, by the way. People think I post these big deer and they're like, oh yeah, high fence. No, sir, I only hunt low fence. And the 2 deer, so the year before, 9 yards. This past season, also 9 yards. I've killed 2 monster bucks at 9 yards away in my bow.
That's
so
awesome.
I hadn't even got a real, and then I killed one in Missouri last year as well, and I shot him at like 20-something yards. So I hadn't even got a chance to like crank a shot off yet and really touch out there. But
well, buddy, you come to Western Oklahoma, and I can give you an opportunity.
That.
Like there's places legit. We'll be sitting, and you'll be like, "How far is that?" And you'll be like, 980 yards. Like you can see so far, you know.
Yeah.
And
that's
so
pretty cool.
It's pretty common. You know, we have these big destination wheat fields, and it's not uncommon to see anywhere from 25 to 125 deer in a field a night.
Holy smokes!
It's like one.
Yeah, where I'm hunting at, there is trees and stuff. I'm in the oaks and stuff like that. There's some fields, not massive fields or anything like that. But I'll see 10, 15 deer in a hunt on a really, really good day. Or if I'm hunting the rut, it's a hit or miss, either chaos or there's nothing going on. But yeah, speaking about shooting far and stuff like that, because I do mainly bow hunting. I do shoot with a gun, but if I have the option, I'm going to do with a bow. We go out to Arizona and do like a mule deer, coos deer hunt.
Yeah.
So I've been practicing. I like to shoot like, for the shot I've done, just target shooting like 120. I'm not afraid to crank it out there. But that is going out there and hunting mule deer in Arizona is one of the hardest hunts I've ever done.
For sure. And we've gun hunted Mexico, we'd fly into Tucson and then cross the border at Tucson
and drive down. Yeah.
But it is one of the most difficult things to do, spotting them, and then once you spot them, to put together a plan where, one, they can't see you because they're smart, right? I mean, obviously they know what they're doing. They're looking one way, so they're covering their most of the time, and they've laid with the wind at their back, so they can see one direction, but then they can smell you coming from behind them. So it's got to be a perfect scenario. Like, that is one of the most challenging hunts that you can possibly do.
Yeah, and one of the big challenges I've dealt with is it's okay. So we find a nice buck to go after. Now he's got 9 does with him, so it's
eyeballs.
Like, all right, now we really got some. So now you just try to watch them, bed them down. Okay, now we've got them bedded down. Of course, all 9 does basically circle him. So
it was CCTV going on.
Yeah, literally security, full on.
It's got a full detail,
security detail.
But yeah, I got close this past season. Got to full draw this. 5x4 came out, one of the biggest mule deer I've ever seen. I was shaking. Like, I stalked down. It took me 3 hours just to like crawl in. Like, I'm taking like a step a minute. Like, I'm just cruising super slow. Kind of funny story. And my brother's up on the hill, and I'm thinking we bedded the deer down. He's like, all right, he's underneath the biggest tree on the hill. Like, we got it. And I'm like, all right, it's this one. So I'm going in, and I see what I think's the biggest tree out there, and like I'm walking, and then he walkie-talkies me. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "The tree's about 200 yards away," and he was like, "You're like 30 yards from him right now. I need you to get down right now." And so what we do, and I was like, "I'm looking at the tree right now," and he's like, "No." He's like, "Stick your hand out." So how we like direction each other is I'll stick my hand out and just go like that, and he'll be like, "Stop."
Oh yeah.
And it was like, I kid you not, I was 35 yards from this mule deer.
Oh my god.
And so I get down and sit there for like an hour, and I'm waiting. If he stands up and walks right or left, he's dead. He stands up and walks straight away.
Of course,
like,
100%. Yeah.
Of course he does.
Yeah. I've done two spot and stock archery mule deer hunts. They're both in Wyoming.
And yeah, it's so fun.
It's so fun and so hard. And can be one of the. I do have one of the coolest videos. I didn't shoot him, so we named him Sebastian. Because I don't know why we named him Sebastian, but we named this buck Sebastian.
Yeah, I was really ready for like a cool story.
Yeah,
it was. They were still in a back.
And I'm just completely let down right now.
I'll be honest. I'll be honest about why we named Sebastian. There was Sebastian and there was Kenny, and he was running. He was running. They were still in velvet. And they were running together, and he was 180 plus inch mule deer, but they're still in bachelor groups, and we were kind of making jokes that they maybe played for the other team. And we felt Sebastian maybe
Sebastian was the appropriate name for that.
And it's a appropriate name, so he's kind of making jokes about it. But he kicked our butt all week, but we bedded him in between 2 water holes, and I went and sat at one. And my guide, Trey with AA Outfitters in Wyoming, I said, "Hey man, if he goes the other," it was the last day, and I said, "If you can kill him, you kill him." He's like, "Man, I haven't killed I'm not doing that. You're hunting him." I said, "This is the last day," and I said, "I'm trying to get footage." I gave his girlfriend a camera, and it was like, "Okay, here's how it works. Everything's set to auto." Mm-hmm. And I'm going to go sit in a ground blind on this other water hole closer to him. But if he goes to the other one and you get a chance, kill him. And it is some of the coolest footage.
Yeah.
He came to the other water hole in front of Trey, and they're on the backside of the dam, and they rose up, and he's drinking, and he turns his head to look at him, and he freaking 10 rings him. And he jumps into the water, swims across the pond, comes out the other side and dies. It is some of the coolest footage.
Oh, that's sick.
I'll have to
just pumping.
Oh yeah,
pumping
he
blood.
comes out the other side. He's just, yeah. It's.
I need you guys to send me that. Yeah, that's the mule deer hunting is. I actually just got a lease. We're about to sign the contract, or whatever, today, and they have mule deer out there. So we're super pumped about. I think that may be one of my favorite deer to hunt. I haven't even killed one yet, but it's just it's so much crazier because you're used to hunting whitetail, and then you see like a big mule deer, and you're like, wow, that's actually it's literally like a size of a mule. That's where it gets its name from. Like,
yeah,
this is
I've got 2 of them in here from Mexico. This one's a 180, some I can't remember, and like 170. Like, I mean, they're incredible animals. They really, really are. Like, so much.
What's
fun.
really crazy to me is the size of Coues deer. That threw me off. I want to kill a Coues deer so bad, but
like we need to go to visit Rudy with.
Yeah, hey, buddy, listen, we can go to Mexico. We can go to old Mexico. I can take you on. I can take you on a legit. Pepe cooks incredible food as cook. I'll introduce you to Francisco. You can give him a dude wipe.
I'll get him a pack, the big pack.
He would be it, bro. He would be. They would laugh. You know what's so fun about that trip is that most, like I said, there's only maybe Pepe speaks English, James the driver, and then Rudy.
Rudy does.
That's it.
And I mean, the rest of them, they speak as much English as we speak Spanish.
Right. And we sit around a campfire every night, and we have the best time. We don't even know. We can't even talk to one another, but we sit around and laugh every night and just joke. And they're, making fun of one another, and it's just
that's cool.
It's a great trip. So we could line that up. That'd be a ton of fun to go to Mexico.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those Coues deer. The first time I went out to Arizona, like, we're spotting them and stuff like that. And we're like, all right, he's underneath this tree, and like coming from the Midwest, you're thinking, okay, it's a whitetail. Looks like a whitetail.
170
this is a whitetail.
Yeah.
You walk up to the trees underneath, and I'm like, my dog.
It's a lab.
My dog is almost bigger than this.
It's a lab. I mean, they're the size of a lab.
I have not got to see one, like, put my hands on one yet, but I was like, holy cow, this is like a little – it's literally like a dwarf deer. It is so small.
Kendall Jones has gone on that hunt with us to Mexico several times.
Yeah.
And Kendall has we both have killed a Coues together. She killed a big Coues, like 126-inch Coues deer. Like, he was a he was a stud.
Big one.
He was a stud. And then I killed one that was not that big. Anyway, so she makes fun of me. Also, last time we were there, she killed a 202 mule deer. 30 yards. Walked 30 yards of it with a rifle.
Yeah.
I have not killed the year before. I killed my mule deer in Mexico at 486 yards, and that was as close as I could get. And I'm like, prayer, Lord, Hail Mary, and I was lucky enough to kill him. But Kendall's the lucky. I mean, I hate her, actually.
Some people just have that luck.
Yeah.
I got a buddy. We go out on that Coues deer, mule deer hunt, and my friend was like, "Oh yeah, one of my friends killed a Coues deer at 20 yards," and I was like, "What do he do?" He's like, he literally walked up the top of this hill, sets up his chair and everything, sets a spotting scope, looks straight down, and there was a Coues deer bedded 20 yards from him, looking away, and I was like,
yeah,
some people are just lucky.
No, 100%.
Pure luck. It was Christmas Day too, so maybe that was he deserved it. I don't know why you're hunting on Christmas Day, but you must really, really love the game if you're out. No, he has kids and a family, so I don't know what's going on.
or you don't love Jesus.
Yeah,
I would bring it up to him. I think it's a great segue into having a conversation.
It's really
about
great
the Lord.
witnessing opportunity. Yeah. Really.
Hey, I noticed that you don't honor the Lord's birthday.
You definitely forsook our Savior's birth for deer.
Great conversation to have.
That's funny.
Yeah. So, obviously, we'd love for you to come and hunt with us. We've talked about doing that, and I'd love for you to come and like we talked about, it just be a Oklahoma lease force. We got like 5,500 acres and a house, and it's a great setup. So we need to make.
Heck yeah, that'd be fun. I'm taking you up on that this year. I need to get my tags.
Yeah, you definitely do. I'm dead serious, man. It's a ton of fun. Literally the middle of nowhere. I had 6 kids in my kindergarten class in Raiden, Oklahoma. So
is that where you're from? You're from that area?
Originally. So my dad died of leukemia when I was little, and I was 7 years old, and that was his home. And we stayed there for a little while after he died. But I mean, it's the closest Walmart's 55 miles away. I mean, it's nowhere. My mom was like, "Yeah, this is great."
That's how we gauge things in Oklahoma: is your distance from a Walmart.
Yeah. 55 miles is hard.
How far is the nearest? Yeah, that's pretty. You're out there.
Yeah, middle of nowhere, buddy. Middle of nowhere. And so we moved to Enid, Oklahoma, and ended up. My mom ended up remarrying when I was in high school to my high school football coach. And so that was fun. He's like, "No one will ever say you play because you're my stepson. I'm going to treat you like dirt." And buddy, he did. And I did have the opportunity to play D2 football. Played football at East Central University in Ada. And
go Tigers!
Go Tigers, baby! Fight on East Central, fight on for your fame. Sing the whole fight song. Had to do it in my underwear one time in front of the Palm Squad and cheerleaders. That's part of the ritual.
That's the initiation.
It's initiation. They do a big barbecue at the end of 2-a-days, and everybody all the freshmen get into this cold spring,
and then they barbecue you,
and pretty much. And so super embarrassing. But anyway, so you have to know the fight song, and I've never forgotten it after that experience. But
we had the same thing at SDSU as a freshman. You had to get up in front of the team and sing the fight song as well at the end of fall camp.
Perfect.
I think most schools do that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, no.
We didn't have to get in our underwear, though.
Well, we had to strip down to our underwear. We had to get in our underwear, and you had like one upperclassman that was kind of over you, and you had to like sing it to them, and it had to be perfect. And if you didn't get it perfect, you didn't get out of the water. And it was like a cold spring, so the water was like 50 degrees. And so you're just like, which is perfect.
Shaking.
Yeah, 100%. So anyway, but I know, so our connection was through your youth pastor. Really, that's kind of how we actually connected several years ago. I think you actually we followed one another on social media, and you shot me a message like, "Hey, I know Corey." And Corey and my wife used to lead worship together. And
Corey who?
Corey Bomar.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of how we made a connection. But I did want to give, obviously I appreciate, your videos are super funny. I sent you one the other day that I needed you to react to, by the way. That dude.
Yeah.
I don't even, bro.
Gosh.
I showed it to Adam too. I was like, I don't
know how many times we watched that video. Too many.
I don't know what's going on here, but there was.
I can't.
I don't know what's going on, but I did send you that. But obviously it's super funny, and you found a niche in social media. But one of the things I do appreciate too is that you talk about your faith, and you just did that. Like you having your quiet time, and you like spent a minute talking about what you were reading. Tell us a little bit about how just. Adam's a youth pastor. That's how we actually met. We both did youth ministry together.
Met youth ministry.
And so tell us a little bit about just kind of your faith journey and, what maybe, having and being involved in the youth ministry meant for you and your faith and how it's continuing on with you today, buddy.
Yeah. So I'm always an unashamed Christian. I will, till death, I'm going to say that I'm Christian and tell everybody that I'm a Christian, man. I'm not scared of what everybody thinks of me. That's what I stand in. If you don't like it, then that's all right. But I grew up in a Christian family, went to church. My dad was the head of the household, led us all to the Lord. We all went to church. My mother's a Christian. My whole family's Christian. So we moved to Texas, get to the Bible Belt. Obviously, everyone around you claims Christianity, but is not so much acting it out or putting it to work. And so me and my buddies were in middle school. We all went to the same church, which was kind of nice. And that's where I met Corey, and we got really close with Corey. And Corey just started at that church too, so it was kind of like all of us starting there at the same time. And before you know it, we started having we're like freshmen in high school, and we'd invite a buddy, and then that buddy would invite a buddy. Next thing you know, we had like 30 or 40 kids just from our high school showing up to, I think it was Tuesday night at the church for a high school church and stuff like that. So it ended up growing into a big thing, which was really, really cool. And but then get to college, and I know in like the South, they have FCA, which is Fellowship of Christian Athletes, which is ran through colleges and high school. Well, out in California, they didn't have anything like that. They had what they call AIA, which is called Athletes in Action, but it was kind of like nobody really went to it. I think it was like more of like the girls' sports, and I heard it was only like maybe 10 people that went. And my brother transferred to San Diego State, and we just felt like we need to get this stirred up, because California is, I love the state. I love San Diego State. The school needs Jesus. I'm just going to keep it a buck with you guys. The school needs Jesus. So
gotcha.
Me and a few of the teammates, we go to talk with our youth, with our team minister or the team pastor. And we're like, we want to get this rolling. Like, can we, like, how do we start up? Let's find a local church where we can like host our stuff at. And right down the road, found a church. And the first AIA we went to is me and 8 other dudes there. And by the time I left, there was 50 other athletes going.
That's awesome.
And I've been gone for 2-3 years, and it's still like 35 plus people every time. So we've kind of planted that seed there at SDSU, which has been a blessing. And then, to talk about, like, I post videos talking about my faith on social media. I have nothing without the Lord. He makes everything happen. I have 3 million followers because God has aligned that and allowed me to do that. So yeah, I post daily scriptures on there. Get a lot of questions too. A lot of people DM me like why do you believe, or like start any questions. I know that it's turning, the Holy Spirit's on them. It's turning on them. I know if someone's asking me a question, they're interested in it at least. So at least I can hope plant that seed. If my daily verses, out of all of them, if I post 1 million of them, if I can just get one person to turn their heart to the Lord, it was worth it. So
for sure,
awesome.
man.
I'm always. That's just I have a ginormous audience. I get over 800 million views a month. So it's like, if I can just get one person to know the Lord, then we've done our job. So that's kind of what I like to use my stuff to, like, do some ministry on my deal, but also make people laugh and all that. So it's been a true blessing to have the platform that I do.
You know, and one of the things that you've said too, and I've heard you talk about, you know, kind of your growth and on social media and stuff, is getting to a place where you didn't care what people thought, like getting past, you know, if people are going to think this is stupid, or if I do this. And, you know, part of that goes along with even with our faith, being like, I don't care. You know, this is who I am, and I'm embracing this of who I am. I'm not going to compartmentalize my life and say, you know, because there are those out there who would say that they are Christians, but, you know, they're like, well, I don't want to mix that in because it might hurt business. And we've had that happen with Final Descent Outdoors, because what I appreciate about it is that God has given you a platform. Obviously, He's given you a platform. Exactly. And that is Him. He's given you that, and what do you preach from it? And I've had that conversation with Kendall before, of like, hey, Kendall, God's given you a platform. Like, you have, you know, 1 million followers on Facebook, and you've got whatever, you know, like, God's given you a platform. So what are you preaching from that platform? What's being said? And, you know, with Final Descent Outdoors, we end every episode with a devotion, and we've had some incredible things too. Like, I mean, in our 15 years of doing Final Descent Outdoors, we've seen over 5,500 salvations through just our speaking engagements, but also people emailing going, hey man, you guys, you know, did a devotion at the end. I heard you guys, you know, talking about God at the end, and I don't have a relationship with God. We actually had a guy who wrote a suicide note, military veteran, literally was holding the pistol in one hand and the remote in the other. His wife had left him, taking their kids because he'd struggled with PTSD and alcohol, and wrote a suicide note. It's sitting on the bar, and he said it was too quiet in the house, and he turned the TV on to just have some background noise, and he turned it on, and Final Descent Outdoors was on. He liked to hunt, and it was on, you know, the Pursuit channel.
God found him where he was right then.
And literally, he said it was the end of the episode, and he said, you said, if you can hear my voice, God's not done with you, and He still has a plan for your life. And you went in, and he goes, I literally had a 9mm in my right hand, a TV remote in the other, and he goes, I dropped them both, got on my knees, and accepted Christ from watching the show. And it's like,
that's awesome,
dude. That's worth it. Like that, right?
That's it.
That's it. Like if we do this and there's never another one, like, and then what was really awesome, he sent me a picture, and I'm not gonna get emotional about it, but he sent a picture of his little girl, and him and his little girl together, and he said, I want to thank you guys so much for your ministry, but I also thank you because, you know, his daughter's name's Oakley. I'll never forget that. And he says Oakley still has her dad.
Yeah.
And it's like, man,
in Scripture it says heaven rejoices when somebody comes to the Lord. So heaven was cheering that day
for sure, man. And it's incredible. And so, but we've also had companies say, hey, man, we love the content of your show. It's really produced really, really well. Not to like brag on Adam, but Adam has a film degree. Like this is his gig, you know. But they said, but you guys, y'all are a little heavy on the faith thing, and so if you guys would dial that back a little bit,
You're heavy on the faith thing. It's like the world's less caring about the faith, and they do care about the Jesus in it.
Yeah,
it's like, can you dial the Jesus back?
Right, and they, you know, and just being like, this partnership doesn't work for us.
No.
I'm the same way. As I'll only partner with companies where I'm aligned with what they kind of align with, and then also like I don't want a muzzle put on me at all. Like I'm going to be who I am, and if you don't like it, then we're not going to be able to work together. I'm sorry, then I'm not your guy. It just is what it is. Like I'm going to talk about my faith. I'm going to be a Christian out loud.
Yeah.
Because why not? I mean, we're all condemned and going to hell without Jesus.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm gonna tell the Lord about it, because without Him we have nothing, and we are nothing. So
it's an embodiment of that. I am not ashamed of the gospel. You know, I'm going to declare it at the top of the line. Like Jesus, like, you don't declare my name before men, then I won't declare your name before my Father. So it's like I have to. I got no choice, but I'm obligated. I can't help but talk about it. Like when Peter and John are before the Sanhedrin, and they're like, we can't not talk about it. We can't not do it.
And so I say all that to say I appreciate that aspect of who you are and your boldness in that. Obviously, I mean, I love to watch you eat fruit without a tooth. Great videos. Take a bite of a strawberry, and there's just this weird hole there because your tooth's gone. Or, reaction videos. I mean, you do a great job making people laugh, and you've embraced that, just being the goofy side of it, and it's a ton of fun. And what I love too is that you're a football player, you're a hunter, you're a masculine dude, but you've embraced this just goofy side of it, and it's awesome. But the faith side of it is really, really cool, and I commend you on that, and keep doing it. That doesn't mean you're perfect. That doesn't mean we're perfect. It just means that we're sinners saved by grace. Yeah, that's the beauty of grace and mercy, is that I don't have to be perfect. I'm not up here claiming that I am perfect, but I know that I'm a sinner saved by grace, and I know what Jesus has done for me. And if you're listening today and you don't know Christ, we'd love for you to make that decision and help you make that that happen for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. I really appreciate those kind words, though. It means a lot. I do get a lot of hate and stuff on social media, so it is nice to hear people that actually do appreciate it and that notice the details and stuff like that. It's definitely a blessing. Everything that I have is from the Lord, and just truly blessed to be able to do what I do and meet people like yourselves. It's truly a blessing.
Like I said, I hope you're prepared to skyrocket from this podcast to another level of greatness. Because this is a Joe Rogan who.
Joe,
you know what I'm saying? Who?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
No, 100%, buddy, and I'm looking forward to getting to know you better. Hanging out and spending some time in camp together. We can go out, obviously we could go out this summer, and I'm way behind. I've got 4 kids, and my kids are all athletes, and they're into sports. My daughter actually being in Texas and Fort Worth this weekend. She made the national playoffs in soccer.
Oh, awesome.
And so she's 14, and so she is the first round is there, and if they come out of that, they'll be in Richmond, Virginia for the playoffs. Yeah, so kid sports. My oldest son is 17, wanting to play college baseball, and playing showcase tournaments literally every weekend somewhere. And so it's busy, but, dude, I need to go out there, and I need to put some mineral out, and I need to cows knock over frickin' feeders. You know what cows love to do? Eat the antennas off of my trail cameras. And I hope it comes out sideways. I hope it hurts so bad when it comes out, because they'll eat the antenna off a cell cam.
Brad has a deep, abiding affinity for and hatred for cattle.
Listen, I love to eat them. Oh, love to eat them, but
yeah, I'm right there with you.
They are a frustrating.
We just started getting. I think we have 17 cows right now, and we're just dabbling in on how dumb cows actually are.
They're idiots.
It's a handful.
Yeah, they're
if they can
idiots.
get into something and mess it up, they're going to do it.
100%. And they are great at destroying anything deer hunting related.
We have some calves in that front yard area, and that cube dispenser, that cake feeder that we got out there in the front. We put a little solar panel on it, and the calves ate all the wire.
Oh yeah. Why not? Let's just chew it up.
Just because.
That's what I'm saying. They chew the antennas.
Nice snack.
They eat the antennas. The camera itself, they'll be licked. It'll be just covered in cow saliva. But they'll eat the antennas, and they're gone. And I tell my family out there, it's their cattle, and I'll be like, I hope it comes out sideways, and it hurts so bad when they pass that antenna. I hope it hurts so bad.
Teach them a lesson.
Yeah, stop eating. It doesn't do any good.
It's an addiction. Can't help it. They love the plastic.
So once again, tell people how, if you're listening to the podcast and you don't know who Caden McDonald is, give everybody a rundown on how they can follow you on social media as well, if they don't already.
So my Instagram is just at Caden McDonald, and then I started a YouTube as well. I just post the little shorts on there right now. That's the Caden McDonald. Somebody stole my name, so I had to do the Caden McDonald YouTube, and then once you get to any of those channels, you can click the link in my bio, and it'll take you to everything else. But Caden McDonald is my name. The guy with the missing tooth, you can't miss it. But yeah, I'm verified in all my accounts, so don't follow any of the frauds out there. That does happen. People are like, "You scammed me for $2,000." I'm like, I'm not asking anybody for money. And like, this is your account, and it's got like 3 followers. I'm like, there's no way you thought that was...
People, listen. Did you just see where this guy sent a fake Hannah Barron $60,000 and showed up at her house?
I may have to do a fake Hannah Barron account before getting $60,000.
This older gentleman sent Hannah Barron $60,000.
That's crazy.
And then showed up at her house to be like, "You took my money," and she's like, "It wasn't me." Her dad obviously was like,
for sure.
Buddy, Hannah would never ask you for money. That was a fake account.
Crazy situation.
That is, that money is in Pakistan.
You did not send that to Hannah Barron. You sent that to He-Man Baron.
Yeah.
He-Man Baron. 100% for sure. And so also give one more shout out on how people can get signed up for your hat company and they get a subscription.
Oh yeah, the hat company's Closing the Gap Hat Co. And the website's www.closingthegap.shop. If you want to use the code Toothless to save on your order some more, you can. I'll just be broke, but it's okay. As long as you get your nice hat, we'll be good.
Perfect. Awesome. All 7 of you.
All 7.
Go.
7 new orders.
We have a loyal 7 fans.
Yeah.
Anyway, dude, I know you've got meetings and stuff today, and we're out of time. But dude, thank you so much for coming on the podcast and being here. A lot better guest than like Brant Hill, one of our staff guys. No, dude, thank you so much for coming on. Keep doing your thing. Looking forward to hunting with you this fall, and man, appreciate you so much, buddy. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me out. I really appreciate it. It's definitely a blessing to be able to connect with you guys that are like-minded, like to hunt, and have good humor as well. I feel like we'll click really well, and I definitely am going to take you up on that hunting opportunity in Oklahoma.
For sure,
so we'll
buddy.
hang out soon, and hopefully we can get another episode in. This was fun.
Yeah, let's do it again. That'd be awesome.
Always free. We have no idea what we're going to talk about every time we get on it, but we always have a good time.
We
somehow.
do. We never script anything. We just show up and be like, hey, let's just have a conversation, and it works out really good.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's honestly talking about
That's
food.
how I like it.
We spend a lot of time talking about street tacos.
Too much time talking about.
We
can't go wrong.
We talk a lot about street tacos and sketch places. But anyway, so we need to do some other hunts. I got another hunt I'd love to. You ever killed an alligator?
A what?
Have you ever killed an alligator?
An owl?
An alligator. Like,
I thought you said an owl. I was like, you cannot kill those.
You cannot
do that.
He can. He's a Quapaw Indian.
Yeah.
You can kill anything.
Like,
this guy, he's medicine work.
Yeah.
Did you know Adam is a card carrying Quapaw Indian? Look
not
at
Quapaw.
Get you. Not
Wine,
Quapaw.
I'm a Wyandotte.
Wyandotte
Get
Indian.
it right.
My bad. He's
man.
a card carrying Wyandotte Indian right there with the red head.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would have never guessed.
You wouldn't have put that one together, would you?
Yeah.
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 100%.
But no, I haven't hunted alligator before. I've always wanted to. We've been down to Florida and we see them, but we never get to hunt them.
Well, I got a place and I got a guy. And so that
sounds like you're the guy I need to talk to,
dude. 100%. Listen,
he's
listen. Cliff Lightsey is listening to this podcast. He is one of our 7, He has 5L Outfitters in Florida, and we kill alligators with him every year. And
how big?
11, 12 foot. Something like, I think the biggest one we ever killed was about 29 feet long.
Shut up, bro.
Something like that.
Shut up. Anywhere we've killed 8 foot to 11 foot alligators.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, those are big.
Oh, yeah. No, good alligators. And Cliff is so much fun. Breaks the airboat out. We'll go across, like, at night. We've done it during the day. Hook them with a line and then fight them up to the bank.
Oh, yeah.
And
harpoon them.
Oh, yeah, we've harpooned them before. Like,
that's pretty cool.
It's a lot of fun. We'll have to line that up and you go to Florida with us.
Heck yeah, that's pretty awesome. We'll have to get something lined up.
Yeah. Well, buddy, thanks so much. I know you got a lot of other things to do today, and you just keep rocking and rolling, buddy. We'll be in touch.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. You guys have a blessed day.
You too, man.
All right. That was fun.
That was great.
I like him.
Isn't he a good dude?
I like him.
I mean, we've
like
had
salt of the earth guy.
We've had some guests get on and afterwards we're
Yeah.
like, I don't like them. I'm just kidding. That's not. I'm just kidding.
Soon as Brent leaves,
as soon as old Brett Will walked out the door, we were like, "What?
Good riddance. Good riddance.
Scum
of the earth.
Scum, pond scum,
absolute
just
scum.
Warm dog water.
Warm dog water.
Guys, I really would encourage you guys to, if you don't follow Caden on social media, where have you been? Go give him a follow. Great guy, good dude, and support what he stands for. And I guess I'm going to sign up for a hat membership.
I think I will. I like
honestly,
hats.
I do too. I love a cool hat.
I like hats.
I love cool hats.
I'm in on that deal.
Yeah, I'm in for it too. That sounds like a great thing. I'm going to get signed up for it. Guys, make sure you give us a like, a follow, a subscribe on all the places. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. It's good to be back doing it again.
Yeah. Make sure you go find Cameron, and then
who?
Cameron, Carmen, Caden.
Oh my gosh.
Carmichael.
It's Carmichael.
Yeah. We all know at this point names is not my strong suit.
It's not you.
Mr. McDonald.
Oh, yeah. Just give him a follow, though, and appreciate you guys. Make sure you like and subscribe our stuff as well. Tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
God bless you guys. And honestly, too, we talked about faith aspect. If we can help you, be praying for you, encouraging your walk with the Lord in any way, please shoot us a message. Go to finaldescentoutdoors.com, send us an email, or find us on social media and shoot us a message, and we'd love to make that happen.
That is why we do this, so you will know and hear that Jesus loves you, died for you, made a way for you to have eternity.
And you also hear a couple of times about Adam having some pooping out.
And some poop incidents.
Incidences where things didn't work out for him in his favor. Anyway, God bless you guys. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next one.
See ya.